lesson, I will teach you how to make this coat. Here is a mosaic of 2 colors. I made green and muke, and cream color is to sign the camera image. Don't let it appear well. The color doesn't look good. A green and muke looks more like a gray. It's size P. But in the description of the video, I will leave it. In the description of the video, I will leave the sizes, the suggestions of measurements for the PP size. Up to OGG, you can follow those measurements. So I'm going to show you more closely here so you can see the detail of the point, okay? The mosaic he forms is, I left it like this. Nothing, no button, no zipper. But if you have the option of zipping by button to make a belt without making a belt to tie, it is also cool. But I left it that way. I thought it was fine. It's straight, it's very straight, without buttons, without anything to use it, so it's for making. I used La Pingen Club, so there were 4 balls of green and muscle. And 3.5 balls didn't turn out to be half the 3rd ball to be the cream colored one, right? So I used 456. The 7 balls were able to make size P, so you follow the step by step, following the measurements you can make. It is a simple jacket, spacious and very pleasant to weave. So let's go to the step by step of the mosaic coat. To make this coat, I will use the wool penguin klug, our balls of 100 grain. The text is 375, our balls of 267 minutes. The color I will use is 86 and 52, and the same wool in color 4. Yes, she suggests a 3.5 needle on the label, okay? So I will use it to do. It's the 3.5 needle, and I'm going to use 2 colors. One green is muscle and the other cream, okay? So you can use 2 colors. It's one darker and one lighter to give contrast. To get the point right, then it's this coat. The ideal is to do with 2 colors to appear the design of the mosaic is. So in addition to these lights that I will use some markers, but if you don't have them, no problem. You can use paper clips, you can use pieces of thread of another color or the same color just for you to tie and make some markings. Scissors, medical tape, it's upholstery needle if you want to do the sewing, but I usually sew already with my own crochet needle that I'm making the coat. I already sew with it itself. But yeah, I think that's it. So to take the measurements of the coat, we're going to do it in parts. First the back and then the front, the 2 separate pieces, okay? And finally, the sleeves. It's the measurements. I will leave suggestions for measurements in below in the video. I leave you the suggestions for measures. Yeah, I'll make a size PE. I'm going to do it here. Show you how I'm going to do it to take my measurement. If you don't want to use my measurement suggestions that I will leave there in the video descriptions, yes, I will. I will take the measurement from shoulder to shoulder. It's from shoulder to shoulder, but it's about 5 centimeters. So my measurement is 50 centimeters plus 5 centimeters, which I'm going to add to make the coat looser. It's going to be I'm going to make my back part with 50 centimeters, 55 centimeters. There's the back part, 55 centimeters, the part of here, the back. The front part will be made in 2 pieces, which I will make with 23 centimeters. This one here is for size P, so it's 23, but 23 gives 46, and then the remainder that is between them here to give 55 is the distance, it's the size of my collar here, okay? So I'm going to do this way my marriage with these measures. The point is multiples of 4, right? So I did is so the whole coat is going to be multiples of 4. So after you have taken your measurements or used them, the measurements that I will leave in the descriptions is you make a string of chains. Within this measure, and then you see if it's a multiple of 4 or not. You go on counting 4 by 4 to see if it's going to work out. I will make my chain cord here in the size 55 cm and return with you to give the next explanations. I made my chain cord here with 84 chains. So yes, it reached almost 55, very close to reaching 55. But if I stretch it, the time I put in the stitches, it will increase a little, so it will reach 55. Because if I put in another 4, I thought it would be too big. Okay? So I had 84 chains here on my cord to start the back part of the jacket. So you always start with the dark color to give contrast, okay? It's after I made this one, this is the chain cord, I already found the multiples. I'm going to do 2 more, which is just to gain height, okay? I'll do 1 and 2 and I'll go in from the needle. Here I count 4, 12, 34. In the 4th chain, I enter with the needle and make a high point. So these little chains that stayed with me, that stayed here, oh, that's already a point, right? Point number 84, right? Now I'm going to make a high point for each base chain that I have here. I know the wire is dark, you can't see it clearly, but it's very little. We're only going to do high stitches with dark thread then. It'll be quiet. The detail of the stitch will be made in a light color for you. It will be easier to see in the video, okay? But now what we're going to do is a high point for each base chain that I have here on my cord. There is no secret. Each chain a high point until you get there at the end. Then I'll make my own chain cord, my cord. It's my career with high points. Then I'll get back to you when I get there at the end to explain how the next career is going to be done. So there's a high point for each. It's every base chain I have here. I came to the end of my career doing only high points. Now here I make 3 chains that are equivalent to a high point and turn my work. In this career here, I will also make a career of high points of this same color. So this first point here, oh, these 3 chains are already valid. Here is this point. I'm going over here, oh, and I'm going to make a high point, and I'm going to make a high point for every base point that I have in my career. Oh, every high point career. So when you finish the first career, the ideal is to measure to see if the size was right and then continue, because sometimes it can get bigger or smaller. You want to change. By doing the first one, you can already get an idea of the size it will be. Oh, it gets like this. Oh, the second career, only high points. So I'm going to do here my second career of high points until I get there at the end. When I get to the end, I'll come back to show you how we're going to do it. And now we're going to start. It's the detail of the stitch with the thread, of course. Then, but I'll follow here until the end, doing the high stitches and return with you. I'm almost finishing my career. Oh, I've been making the high point over the high point here. Oh, only my last point is missing, which is on top of the initial 3 chains. Here in the third chain, I make my high point. Oh, I make the high point only, I don't finish. I hold these 2 loops on the needle because now I'm going to change color. I'm going to finish this last high point with the white thread. So I'm going to take here, one end of it. I'm going through here like this in the guna and finish with it. I can start here making the 3 chains. With the wire, of course, look how beautiful it is to change the wire like this. Now I'm going to release a little bit here. I'm going to show you. I'm going to tie this little white end to the green thread just so there's no danger of untying it. It's unraveling as I'm not going to tighten too much when tightening the last stitch, just so there's no danger of unraveling as I weave. So I give a knob and it stays like this. What am I going to do now? After I made the 3 chains, I'm going to turn the work around and I'm going to take the white thread, and it's the green thread I was weaving. I'm going to bring it up here. I'm going to get him here. This. And so, and I'm going to bring it up here on top of the career. What I'm going to do now is finishing this point, this white wire, this little tip, and the green wire I'm going to conduct. I'll bring him up here again. I'll always leave him up here. I'm going to show you now how we're going to do it. I brought this white thread up here, and the green thread I'm going to make a high point on the next point there. I made a high point on the next one, another high point. So with the little chains here and these 2, I have 3 points. Now I'm going to make a high double stitch, or the elongated stitch, which are 2 loops on the needle, and I'm going to have it in the 4th stitch here. The career, the green one here. Because here, 1234 in the 4th. I'm going to wrap this stitch here. That way I'm going to insert the needle and come out, hug the stitch and bring it forward, and I'm going to do the raised elongated high stitch. I pull well. I loop once, loop 2, loop 3, I pull 3 times. I make an elongated high stitch. Now I'm going to give a little push here, this one. I've already done it. Now it's this one, just to see if it doesn't fall behind at any point. And I do my high point here, usually up here, always bringing wire here along, Lock him up on 2 and 3. So every 3 high points I'm going to do like this, relief. So I give 2 loops on the needle and I go there to the next stitch. I wrap it. I go in with the needle here and come out here. And I do it. Launched once, 2 and 3, and I'm on to the next one. Here I do the high point 1 in the next 2. In the next 3, it will be like this here. The green I will already bring here. I don't press too much. I don't stop pulling so as not to wrinkle the work. I'm just going to carry it really tight like this, so that it appears on the other side when I go to use it again, because every career is going to be a color from now on. I made 3 high stitches. I will give 2 loops on the needle and go to the next stitch. Then I wrap it around and double it once, loop 2, loop 3. And I'm going here to the next one, making high points normally on top of point 1, 2, and 3. Look how beautiful it's already getting. So I get here, I did 3, 2 twists on the needle with the thread. I go to the next stitch, I wrap it here, I'll do it. The double self stitch, once 2 x 3 times I go to the next stitch, not forgetting to bring the green thread here. On top 2 I did the 3. Oh, here I already brought that thread there to finish. Oh, it's already finished. There's no thread here. Oh, those three. Oh, I give 2 twists on the needle with the thread, and I go to the next stitch. Oh, I enter with the needle here and come out here. Embrace stitch, bring it forward, and do the high stitch, normal, but taking it off in 3 times because it is elongated. I'll go to the next one, bringing the green wire here with me. I'll make 1. 2 and 3 in the next one. I do it elongated, 2 times, hug, point. I do it taking it out 3 times, and so you go until the end of your career. Every 3 normal high stitches, you do 1 in relation, not forgetting always to bring the green thread together without pulling it too much so as not to wrinkle the work. Then I'll get to the end of my career and come back with you. So the end doing. Look, I'm arriving here at the end of my career. I did the relief here, and here at the end I do the high points. But here it's normal. It will get 4 high points. Okay? No, it's not wrong. 3. And here the last one in the chains, 4. I do, and I don't finish the point. Oh, so here you finish with 4 normally, not here. I don't finish the point. I leave the 2 straps, then I let go of the white thread and take the green one, which I brought here. Oh, and I'm going to finish with the green one. I make 3 chains and turn my work around. Now I'm going to bring the white one up here. And I'm going to work with the green. Now let me just get colder. I bring the white here. Oh, so this here first is the chains. And here I make a high point, bringing white thread. Oh, a high point for each point that I have here as a base. Here, I give this white thread a little pull just to adjust it a little more there, then a little bit, so as not to tighten the stitch. And now I have been walking with him, straight without pulling, so as not to frown all the work. I leave him alone, I don't let him loose, so as not to waste film, but I also don't pull too much. I'll bring him straight like this, okay? And I'm going to make high points. So this career here, Eau de Fio, darker, is just punctual. 1 high point for every base point I have here in my career. Every point I make a high point, so I'm going to make this career until I get there. At the end, I'll return with you to show you how we're going to do our next career O. So this is the flip side, so always the inside outside. We work with dark thread and always high points on the right side, the white thread and the point detail. Yeah, I weave the high points until I get there at the end of my career. When I get to the end, I'll come back to show you how we're going to do the next one. I reached the end of my career doing only the high points. I didn't finish the last point. Oh, I'm going to drop the green thread. I'm going to take the white one I was bringing, and I'm going to finish with it. Oh, I finish with the white one and make 3 chains 1. 2 and 3, and I'll turn the job around. Look, clip that is already here now. I bring the green wire up here. I'll hold him up here. Let me just organize myself with my balls. I'll pass the green here. You have to take care, otherwise soon you'll wrap up all the yarn. Now it's more organized. It's now here. Oh, we're going to intersect these in relief. We're going to take it in the middle. Okay? So I made the 3 chains here. I'm going to make an embossed one right here in the middle because we always have 3 in the middle. We're going to make the embossing from now on. Oh, 2 loops on the ass. And I go there on the white part on the second point here. Oh, first, second, and third I go on the second, in the middle. Oh, and I make it in relief. Oh, this white point, oh, here, and I make it in relief now. So I stretch the loop well. Oh, I make it very loose so that it reaches up there. So, oh, I'm going to give you a pull to see the point I was going to make, which I made down there. Oh, this one. So I don't do this one, I do this one, okay? Because I've already done this other one downstairs. Otherwise, we'll increase it. We'll increase the points. And remembering to bring the green wire up here. Oh, tie it up here. Oh, I'll do one on the next two, on the next three. I've done three now. What am I going to do? I'm going to do the raised stitch, 2 loops, and I'm going, oh, here at this point, oh, in the middle of the white part, oh. I wrap this point and I'm going to make it embossed. It's a high point in elongated relief. I pull the loops well so that it's very loose at the top, oh, so that it's not tight, so that it's very natural here, not wrinkled like that, so that I make it very loose so that it reaches the top, very loose. So I take a look, oh, this point, which is what I did down there, I'm going to this one. And I do the 3 high points. Normally one in the next 2, always looking if the green thread is coming here. Oh, it's in the next one. 3, I assure you that it is very loose. Nothing stuck. 22. It's looped on the needle and I go there. Oh, at the middle point, down here. And I do it in relief. I bring the noose up there, very loose, oh. So this point is the jump, because this is the one I made, and I'm going to make a high normal stitch on the side, oh, 1. I make a block with 3 2 loops, good. Here in the middle of the bottom, oh, 3. A very elongated roast. So you keep doing that until you get there at the end of your career. So we will always work on the no, on the relief in the middle of these 3 points here that we made, right? You will always have the relief in the middle, oh. Keep doing this until you reach the end of your career. So I'm going to test mine here. That way. And when I get to the end of my career, I come back. I've been going through the career making 3 high points and the raised point picking up there at the middle point of the white career. So here arriving at the end, oh, I did 3. I'm going to do the high point in relief, oh, 2 times down there. I'm going to take it here. Oh, the next thing I have to do, oh, 1234 is in the second, oh, always in the second, okay? I do the high point, very elongated. Oh, and now I turn over here. Oh, and this right here is what I did down there. I have 2 more to do here at the tip, so don't forget. Oh, always bringing green wire with white wire. Oh, at the tip, here at the beginning, it's bad to do. Then you usually pull, well, do it here. And the last, the 3 chains. I don't finish the white here, the white color, and I'm going to change the wire. Now, let go of the white thread, pull the green one up, finish with it, oh, 3 little chains, and turn the work over. So here it is, 2. There at the beginning of the career, it's 1, don't think it's wrong. Oh, 1, what are the 3 chains here? I've already done the relief. Here it's 2, it ends with 2 after the relief, it's not wrong, right? That's how it is. I finished here. I made the 3 little chains, I got the job, and this career has no secrets. Let me see the white one up here. I bring Rio Branco here and I'm going to work with green, only high points, 1 high point for each base point that I have here in my career. Then I pulled all the fibers. I'll do it again. Do you see the point on the white river here? Do you see the high point with each dot? So either side of the jacket will stay like this here. So the exchange of wires is very discreet. You will only have this thread here from the end of the cord to finish and up there when you finish, so it's very quiet. There won't be. It's colorful, but it doesn't have that bunch of wires for you to finish at the end, because you will lead the wire, you will take it along, it becomes much easier. And I didn't see it. Don't spend too many more movies doing that, okay? So I'm doing this career here so that the video doesn't get too long. Oh, 1 high point for each base point, bringing the white wire here, until you get there at the end of the career. When I get there, I'll come back and show you the next career. I went through the whole career. I didn't finish here with the wide green wire. He takes the light and finish with it. This moss green thread on the screen looks gray. But is it a green muse? Yeah. Now I make the 3 chains, 12 and 3, and I'm going to turn the work now here. Oh, you're going to start working with this relief. Oh, I'll bring the green thread up here, right? And here it is. I perform the relief here and thus need to create the 3 high points. Since relief is necessary here, always position centrally in the middle of the 3. The relief is done here, and the next one goes right here. Consequently, I must do 3 high points up here. In a career, we start with 3 high points. The second white one, we started with just 1, which are the chains, and we have already made the relief. Here's 3 whites, then the relief. The next time it's white, there's only 1, which are the chains, and already makes the relief. Next time it's 3, okay? So as soon as we intersect to make the mosaic, we're about to draw the stitch. So I bring the green here, I was showing it, I bring the green up here, and I'm going to do my 3 high points normally here, 2 and 3, so a little pull just on the green to adjust it and bring it here. So I did 3. Look, now the room is here. The relief right in the middle. So you always intersect at the time of starting 3 high points. In the next one, just 1 in the next one, 3 in the next one, okay. You're going to work with relief 22 loops on the needle, and I'm going here, at the middle point of the white man's career, and I'm going to make the relief here. I extend it properly, crumple it, and perform the task. Pull here. I like to pull and look. I'll skip that one because that's what I did down here. And I'm on the next one. So that it doesn't happen to increase points. Then it goes wrong. The drawing here, it's derived from the mosaic, and I create mine right here. Thirdly, I am handling it. 2 loops in total, understood. So should I execute the relief? Now down here, the 2 loops. I'm going here at... In my base career, I encapsulate and exceed the point. It is excessively prolonged and not tightly held enough. Does frowning enhance appearance? I usually stay here at my job. I pull
I don't do that, because that's what I did down here.
Come here.
Next, I shall proceed.
An additional 3 points.
Altos.
And so you work along.
Right from the entirety of the coat upwards. Reach the size you want. I want my well long like this in the middle of my thigh. So I'm going to make a lot of careers I don't have yet.
I know what needs to be done, but I don't do it. I prefer going my own way.
Working and measuring it on myself.
To test if it works, I'll proceed with it.
I'll try it.
Here I've already done all 3, and so you go, okay, now he's always in the middle, always in the middle. So I'm gonna finish this career and come back.
To demonstrate the next one to you.
So it's the dot sequence. It's the same 3 high points and a relief, 3 high points and a relief. The difference is that we go
Interspersed, oh no.
Always catch it together, always catch it in the middle, always at the middle point. So here it is, where we started with 3.
Next time with...
For this we started with 3, next time we'll do just 1.
When is the white thread?
We'll do only 1 next time and then create the relief.
Okay, but you guys are getting it.
The way is getting very easy. I'm going to finish my career and return.
To make the next ones.
I descended each time.
31 relief, and now I'm approaching.
Here at the end I did 3, I'm going to do the relief here at the middle point.
You raise it there while I elevate it here. I bypass this valley. And I achieve my peaks, a 2. Three and 4 positioned here will amount to 4. Do you understand? Concluding with 4 high peaks.
Yes, I won't finish, remembering that here we are 2.
Finished with 4.
In the previous career, so it's repetition of these careers here. From now on it's here, it ends with 4, no problem. So here, it doesn't end with.
Spot the white wire wide, catch the dark. And I conclude with him number 3. Chains. And then I will invert the work at this point, this specific one.
Career has no secret one.
Each base point builds up to the high point, right? Remember that?
Bring the wire here to...
Rise up, Otrago.
The wire here?
Come up and I'll handle the high points. A high point at all points here in the career.
So I'm going to finish this career.
And I'll come back with you to show you how that...
Guys, you're going to start the next one?
Oh then.
I'm going to make my career here.
All stitches.
I'll definitely get back to you at the very end of this. I've reached the conclusion of my entire career. I never finish.
Using the dark color as a base, I intertwine it with the light color, creating a pattern of 3 chains.
And I turn my work around.
Now here,
I carefully bring up the green thread, beginning as I did with 3 in my career.
Downstairs now me.
I'm going to do the relief right here in the middle.
Starting from the 3rd stitch.
There is always a relief in the middle of the 3rd
point. So I just do them.
Chains are now.
I go with the relief here. On the 2nd point here, very stretched. And I bring the thread up here. And do it in the block with 3, 12, and 3. The career is getting like this here.
Here you lie down like this, but when you finish.
Now, put the effort here.
The point of the 3rd chain works exceptionally well here.
So you understand this better now, right?
Well, now I'm going to do the redevo here in the middle of the 3rd of the 2nd.
Point here,
And I go in with a needle. I do relief, so there's no secret.
From now on, will you only repeat this pattern?
Do it here, continuously, until you reach the desired size for your coat.
If you want to do one,
shorter coat.
If you want to make one,
jacket.
For an extended period, you remain there.
Choose the size.
If that's your desire, I'll fashion mine in a similar manner.
Let me examine all the fibers here in great detail. So I'm going to do it following this one.
More to hear from.
Until I achieved the appropriate size, I wasn't sure of the exact number.
Careers will give, or how many centimeters, because I'm doing it and I'm getting dressed. It's measuring, putting it on. I go in front of the mirror and put it in front of me and see.
Is the size good?
I'll do it like this.
So, oh, are you going to do this little way here? Oh, the repetition of this here that I explained up to the desired size. So the career, or does it start with 3? Should it begin with 1, 3, or perhaps a singular point? It's all crucial.
Adhering to this pattern, everything will eventually align perfectly, ensuring your success. Continue until the desired size is reached, and then determine if it suits you or reconsider it at that point.
How many careers? But when I'm done, I'll be back.
Step for you, measurements, career quantities, everything is fine, and then we go.
Moving on to the next steps.
I'll get mine down here and come back.
When you're ready.
I came back here with you because I already went down the part.
From the back, look at that.
It was great, so, I started here and started doing it for 67.
Career in total.
Do you have it here? It was 71 centimeters long by 55 centimeters wide, okay? Then I weaved exactly as I explained to you, until I reached the size I wanted for my piece. I did it and I put it in front of the mirror, in front of my body, and I saw more or less the height I wanted and stopped at 71 centimeters. I stopped at Carrera Verde, okay? How I started my career here.
Green with 2 rows.
Green's there, I finished with just one. In the green career?
Now I'm going to cut the wire. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. So here it is, okay? It's finished on this side of the...
Side down, right? So the wire is like this here. Oh.
Bringing me the white.
And I went down with the green. I'm going to cut the green wire.
Not too big in the cut too.
The white one.
Then I'll do it.
Here we are. Oh, I have completed it.
Absolutely, AA.
What about that small nut in the other one?
White is loose here, I will.
Give him a little knock here. Oh, so he can get stuck, and then what?
When we go to ride, I just give it a little knob and don't squeeze too hard to avoid it.
Staying as tight like this all works, so I give a little knock just so I don't have danger. Don't take the risk here.
Okay, there's one.
Nozinho is already securely fixed, and now what follows?
That's exactly when I put the code on.
Let's finalize these tasks.
Little wires here that...
Then there was a...
The back section is prepared. Its dimensions are 71 centimeters in length by 55.
Wide one.
A complete tally shows 67 careers. Next, I will commence the segment of.
It's the front, the 2 sides of the front, so I'm going to teach you how to start one and then you do the other. Exactly.
Likewise for... Beginning here, the front part requires 23 centimeters. Is the width acceptable? At this point, 23 centimeters.
Every part of this here.
Therefore, I constructed a cord using 34 chains, which resulted in 23 centimeters.
Right now.
What will be my next step after completing this, I pondered.
The suitable multiple of the mentioned point. I shall complete 2 additional chains, 1 and 2, and then proceed.
After creating these 21, 2, 3, 4, the 4th chain follows.
I enter the 4th chain.
And I make a high point 1.
Next, 234, followed by a high point for each.
Base chain.
So,
the way it will be done will be exactly the same as it was done.
just the back.
We will make it smaller by doing it twice, ensuring they are identical. Kindly share it, oh. So let's do the same process all over again.
Korea here, Ocom.
High points, okay?
I'll weave to the end. High points and return.
Can you explain to me which one exactly?
What's the next step?
So here I did my whole career.
High points.
I am about to create 3 chains that are equal in length.
Upon reaching a high point, I will then turn my work.
And I'll weave a stitch.
Elevated for each foundational point.
What do I have here?
I think I'll go.
Back doing it again right here.
My highs will continue until the end of my career, reaching peak after peak.
So I'm going to weave my career of stitches.
Highs and returns.
As soon as I get there at the end,
What about me?
I came here at the end of my career and I'm not finishing last.
Point, oh me.
I made it here on those little chains that equals 1,
High point?
so I don't finish.
Here's the point.
I'll just leave it at that and take my place here.
The White River?
And I'll begin right here with him. So that's all that was done there.
Part of the back exactly the same then.
I'll finish with him and bring everything together.
Here's the tip.
On the green wire so that it doesn't go.
I don't risk falling apart as I weave my work, so here is my solid commitment.
By measure of,
Security?
and that's everything for now. I am leaving this touch of green here for you.
While I continue,
Here are my 3 chains that,
It is equivalent to a high point.
and I'll turn mine.
Work. I turn the job over and do the same process.
I bring this wine green thread walking with it, and I already enjoy this little tip of white that I
tied it up.
I will conclude it here and begin detailing the stitch here, after which I will carry on with my 3.
Highlights completely isolate me.
Pull it as tight as possible.
Thus, I'm presenting my 3 main points in detail here.
Thus far, my total is now 2 plus an additional 13.
I'll make a point.
Embossed here.
In the 4th point, 123.
For the 4th key point, I'll emphasize it here, correct?
This is a major highlight. Double it like this, starting now.
Come over here and see that this jump connects to this particular element.
A side step plus 3 prime points follows by the next pair.
And I've been bringing wire.
The sequence continues with 2 and 3.
It's 2 full loops, and I then jump to 123 right here. Oh,
I'm doing it with double relief. Whoa, let's see if I can reach here and...
here, 1 more.
So, here's the part where I do it.
3 more points.
Altos.
With 2 and 3, I'll go to the very end of my career and complete the detail.
From the point like this.
How we accomplished it is detailed on the back. I already have it.
Section 11.
The front is ready.
Here, let me show you everything in detail.
Start now too.
Another then here. Oh,
Oh, already 30.
The 34 points.
I went into detail.
From the point.
After completing 67 rows and reaching 71 centimeters in length, I continued weaving precisely as required.
There you have it.
From the back, it extended to a considerable 67 centimeters.
Regarding careers, they remained stable.
Narrow like this. I'm going to make this other one. Then you make 2 of this one exactly like you did the ones.
Costas.
So when I finish this other one, I'll come back to show you how we're going to sew and make the sleeve. I came back here, I already took down the 2 parts of the front of the blouse. It's down. It's the same thing I did in NAS.
Back, just that.
In 2 smaller parts, 23 centimeters, it gave the 60.
What about 7 careers?
I also stopped at the same size, same height. So there are the 2 parts of 23 centimeters.
I'm going now.
Sewing, is that it?
on the back, I will organize here. I'll come back with you. I'll explain how we're going to make this seam.
To start the sleeve and then the sewing process.
I'll put the pot here.
From the back, with the right side distinctly facing upwards.
Oh, I got the back part.
Positioning it with the right side up, is that me now?
I'll put it on.
Is this truly it?
Let me just get my camera organized.
I'll align the front section as well. I will rotate it to the right and again to the right. Oh, right, and right again so that you can see it turned around.
Are you out there?
For me to sew, oh, I positioned it here, oh, inside out. If I take the two parts, oh, the inside out and the inside out.
Are you out?
This ergo here, with right sides facing each other, that's how I position it. I place this side here, organize it thoroughly, and proceed.
For the other?
Side this side.
Here. Oh.
I didn't cut the thread I was coming down. The last one is here in the ball, because I'm going to take advantage of this green thread that's here, and I'm going to sew it on the other side. Me.
I will have to tie it up, but why?
I cut it short. I could have left 11. Very large size for sewing. I didn't think about it at the time, so only this one I remembered. Then I didn't finish. The thread is here waiting, and from here I'm going to start sewing. It's the shoulder, okay? So from here on this thread that's there, wait, I'm going to start sewing, so I'm going to position it very straight because it's with.
Here you go now.
Stay exactly right here, inside out, and straight in. I'll do the seam here, oh, joining.
The shoulder part. Oh, I'll sew all that.
Part of this will be free, which will be the EO collar, finishing. Then I'm going to organize the work here and
Return to show.
pretty straight.
So now me.
I'm putting it closer so you can see. I'll position it right here.
How is my wire on this side?
Will I have to?
Turning the job around simply means altering it.
Here, oh.
So I can?
Beginning here and moving there. Conversely, what should my next step be? Allow me to explain. Indeed, I shall.
How many stitches?
Here. Oh, and let me count and learn from the marker placed here.
That way I can stitch it completely.
With a good point, oh.
So you don't get crooked, right? I will.
Count it and I'll position it here.
So here. Oh,
I did.
the number?
Of the points I have here, I have 34.
Points.
From the front, I counted exactly 34 instances.
Stitches and put it on.
The marker, why am I going to start here?
The seam, because that's my filter.
Side before that?
I have the white one here. Oh, can I cut it?
I will cut the one I brought with me and then tie it up securely.
Here. Oh, in the green alone.
By measure?
Ensuring security to prevent it from falling apart.
Oh, I cut the wire.
I'll adjust the white one.
Here she roasted.
I'm going to sew here at the end of the thread. I'm not going to tighten it too much later.
Make the shot.
Of all those wires that are left over. Now I can do the sewing, so I have the thread on that side, so I'm going to loosen it here a little bit.
I'm going to insert needle here at my point number 30E.
Far from the back, I'm going to take off the marker that I now have.
I'll carefully sew it up. Then I enter.
The point here, oh, at the top of the point.
Starting from number 34, what about there?
Is it in my pocket?
What do I have? I'll get the wire, I will.
Pull here. Oh, I will.
Pass this one inside.
And I will.
Make one.
Chain just for
Learning because I didn't.
After completing here, I proceed to the next point. This thread appears dark.
Can't you see, right?
Oh, I'm going to the next point top. Oh,
I'm going in here. And I will.
there in the second.
Place the point and enter here.
Top of the point.
I pull the wire
I'll make the point.
extremely low.
Proceeding to the next, moving to the top of the stitch and then to the adjacent row, again to the top of the stitch. There I grasp the two straps and complete the stitch.
Very low.
I am uncertain if you can understand why this thread appears to be dark.
Oh, I inserted here in.
At the peak of the point and at the top of the back row, see?
Perfectly aligned, don't you think?
I press frequently at the top of the point, correct. Is this career?
What about the part of?
Forward period.
Extremely low, merely a knot.
At the top of the point, take the two straps. Oh, I'm going to the next point at
Career.
within the segment.
Coming from the front there. Oh, indeed.
Now take the other top of the stitch and the seam will be aligned like this here. Oh, certainly.
He doesn't even show up.
The sewing.
And here?
Is it like this?
So I'm gonna join the
shoulder,
now in this way with very low points, taking the
top of each point.
career here. Oh well, a line doesn't tighten too much so as not to be brought in, but it doesn't leave much either.
I'll pause the work in the sewing process.
And so I'm going to walk there. In the end, I'm going to do it here, like this, and I'll be right back with you.
To demonstrate how the seam turned out, I'm aware it's dark, and you can see it with me.
Apologies for the dark thread. Here's what I do.
Sew the top of the stitch to the top of the stitch in one stroke.
And definitely rock bottom.
Look how the seam is turning out? Then I will.
Returning when I arrive here at the end aims to demonstrate what starts on the other side. I've reached this point.
From the seam of the shoulder, oh, I absolutely am.
With wire here still on hold, now I can.
Shall we cut the final quarter section?
Wire and give me that lazadinha O.
It's exactly 11. Let's pull the wire.
Now I got 3 here, which was from the back, and now the rest of the seam, and it stayed together.
It's the shoulder here.
Oh, inside out with inside out, and here the right side is like this.
The sewing.
Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to turn to.
Here I am prepared to go.
I dropped the camera. I screwed up when I worked.
It begins expanding, increasing the effort required to document.
So here I am with the other.
Side here of the shoulder.
And now I will position my front right on top of this area.
I think so.
Which you can see now.
Therefore, I have the rear section.
I put my shoulder here. So I'm 34.
Points, here I go.
Count 34.
To the marker.
So I know where to start.
Shall we start with the sewing then?
Did I accurately tally 34 at this point?
Stitches here, I'm gonna have to sew.
Yeah, I'm going to tie the thread to start the sewing because here, when I finish the front, I cut the
Wire cut.
At this juncture, I will proceed with the 3rd chain. This marks the final point of entry here.
In addition, I am Tim and intend to retrieve both braces at this moment.
Were you able to retrieve the wire from this location?
It's a tip, I'll pass here. Oh. But inside the...
Proceed with the stitch and tie at this position.
So I put the wire that way if you're used to it.
Putting it another way can stay.
Will, okay?
Follow your own method. Subsequently, I'll proceed again. Place the needle where I tied the thread.
Are we getting closer now?
I'm going to have to be careful here so I don't hit the camera, so I don't knock it over. So I tied the thread, insert the needle again.
And I'm going there to the point that
I marked it as point number.
From the back 34.
I will.
Take off the marker, which is for...
If you can insert the needle here, insert the needle.
I'll get the...
Here's the thread I tied.
I pull and step here. I'm gonna make a little chain to keep it really cold. I'm going in.
On the next point.
I enter the following point, proceeding to the other from the back. After that, I'll sew similarly on the other side. Cold pull, reaching rock bottom. I'm unsure if it's correct.
When you get it right, you proceed, focusing centrally, though the color remains unchanged.
It helps, I think.
Doesn't it appear well suited for you, Owen Cero?
At the top of the point, I proceed to the next one.
They're lined up so as not to stay.
Incorrect.
And I'm going in.
I just take the top of the stitch of the 2 rows and pull the stitch thread.
Very low, I don't leave much.
Tight. Now I'm moving to the next point.
I'll go down the back lane.
I take the top of the point there, pulling next, getting here in the back lane, continuing on.
I'm gonna go.
See you.
get there at the end and
Sew the whole A.
front part here, back part there, continuing onward.
The shoulder will follow, and then I will proceed.
Sewing here till I get there. When am I?
Get to the end, I'll come back, show you.
You sew it and I'll finish it. So what? I will. I'll start the mango.
So the coat is almost ready. That's all that's left.
The sleeve and side unias, after finishing my sewing, I'll return.
Can you provide a detailed explanation? How did it get like...
We are planning to prepare the mango. I completed the seam on the shoulder here, and it's joined. It turned out to be very adorable.
Stitch your side.
From the right and the reverse side was like this, the seam, the union of the shoulders. It's now I'm going to start the sleeve, then the jacket.
It's all there.
When open, I have already made a sleeve here, and I have already woven it too.
1.
Due to my preference for making and measuring, it took me some time to find the appropriate one here because I wanted a straight sleeve. Check this one here.
For you?
I wanted a sleeve that was straight and was tighter. I didn't want one.
Very wide sleeve.
So then I disassembled it. I measured it until I reached the ideal size of mango.
Now, I'm about to share it with you.
How was it done by me? Shall I open my jacket?
Here. Oh.
Right side up.
I'll go alone?
Organize it, and I'll come back with you to explain how we're going to make the mango.
Now I'm with?
My coat open on the table, right up, so what did I do? The ideal ball pit for size P is 19 to 20 centimeter. So I put my measuring tape from here and I put it up here, and measure almost 20 centimeter. 19 centimeter, I left 19. It came right here. There I am.
I added a marker to it.
And I went on the other page on the front.
After the sewing, okay?
So far and marked mine.
I marked 19 and added another marker.
There he took a measure. Then I counted the number of careers to see if it was the same here in front. Otherwise the sleeve would be crooked. Then after me.
I did. Look at me.
I separated between markers here, that my sleeve I will weave open from here to there, careers back and forth. As I went down here, in the body of the piece, I will weave the sleeve exactly the same.
That's it.
Now I'll turn the job like this and come down here, open it up.
What is the shoulder?
So let's say it's 6 inches.
From the shoulder seam down.
The seam from the shoulder extends for 19 centimeters.
It's a section of the back.
So I'm going to organize the piece here. I'm going to put it here between the markers. So this here will be the size of the sleeve.
I will show you how we will put the stitches, remembering what they are.
To get it accurate, it must be multiples of 4.
The point detail, so you have to put the high points here. In quantities, multiples of 4 right here that I was having trouble getting right. The measure here is what I needed. But if I put in more stitches, then she would let go. And I didn't want to let go, so I had to dismantle it, do it back. Then I did it several times until I found the right point here, and whatever would fit my sleeve, my sleeve.
Yeah, so I put a total of 52 high stitches to get the width I wanted, right? Because I didn't want to make any decrease. I wanted to knit just straight from top to bottom of the sleeve, so it would be straight, not too wide, and also not too tight. So I broke it down, I think about 3 times to get to the size I wanted. But now, finally, I got 52 points. I fit here. To make it work, I'm going to organize the work here and return to show how I place these stitches to make the sleeve very right. So now I'm going to tie my string here. Where I put the marker, I'll insert it here. He tied a knot that was a thread splice. It's over, it didn't work. I'm in a knot right here, man, but I'm going to hide it with my sleeve now.
Yeah, I'll tie the string. Then here you insert it in the way you are used to, with the right side facing up. Now there you are. Yes, I will tie it. I tied the thread here, and I'm going to insert a needle. Take the thread that comes ours. It looked so ugly with this knot here. I'm going to make 3 little chains that equals 1 high point. Now I'm going to do it like this. In this one, I'm going to do just 1 point. Then here I'm going to do 2 on the next point. In the next row that I have a high point lying down, I'm going to do highs inside. In the next row, I'm going to do a high point only in the next row here. Oh, that's the white one. I'm going to do highs. Here in the next career, oh, a high point lying down. In Sierra, I do a high point only, then here you will put it the way you are. Do you want to make your sleeve? If you want a wider sleeve, you can put up on each. But since I didn't want it to be too wide, so I'm doing it like this, and it worked out just the way I wanted. But here it is at your discretion, remembering. And you have to do multiples. It's a number of high points. Multiples of 4 to make the drawing work here, okay? So, oh, here I put 1 here. I put 2 in the next row here. Oh, in the lying high point, I'm going to put only 1 in the next here too. And so I'm going to get there at the other marker. Oh, here is only 1 in the other 2. So I'm going to put the highlights here, and I'll get back to you when I get there on the marker to explain the next steps. Oh, so I'm going to put it this way to make it work. I came back earlier to show here how I'm going to do it on the shoulder. So at this point here, I put 2 in this career here. Only high points, I'm going to put only 1. I'm going to take advantage of these wires and I'm going to finish them off. Oh, that's from the end of the work. So here I do an opé. Here I'm going to do 1. And right in the seam part here, oh, where was the seam? I'm going to do 1 too. Oh, here. Well, in the seam part I do 1 because otherwise I would be left with a very open space. If I jumped there, I would go to the front of the jacket. So here, oh, in this career here, oh, it's 1. Yeah, I do 2 because, oh, 21. Here I put 1. Here I already put 2 to follow my order. Oops, I took all the fibers, so here I already do 2. Oh, everything is very cold here, trying to bring this one to hide. I've already done 1. I'm going to do another now here in this career. I'll do 1, and so I'm going now. Until I get there at the marker, I just wanted to show this part of the seam there, that I put 1 right in the middle. It's right in the seam. I'm following my order here. I'm reaching the other marker, so I finished. I reached the other marker. Yeah, I'm going to make 3 chains, which are equivalent to a high point. And I'm going to rotate my work in this career here. Let me turn around calmly, because the work is very big, it will stay. You keep changing careers so you don't hit the camera. Now I'm working right and wrong. Oh, I'm going to work here at high points. A normal career again, only of high points, okay? It's the same thing that we were testing. Everything is the rest of the coat, the back part, the front part. The 2 rows of high point and then starts with the detail of the point. So I'm going to go down to the end of the career until I get there at the other marker. I'm going to do the high point after the high point. I'll come back to the video. Don't be too long. I'll go down there and be right back. So I got here at the last point and I didn't finish it. I have the 2 straps here. It's on high and I'm going to start now with the wire, of course. Oh, so I'll take it here and put it on. Finalizoo.com it. As I have been doing a lot of the work, I finish here with it and already tie the tip on the point in the part here of the green thread, just to not have danger of untying with while I have fabric. I'm going to get my knuckles in here. Yes, now.
I can do the 33, the chain, the 12, and the 3 and turn my work around. Well, I got the job done. Aqui. Opa. And I'll arrange these here. So I'm going to pull the white dot forward and the green dot over here. I will always do it and I will weave. Now it is usually the detail of the stitch, as it had been weaving throughout the entire piece. The 3 high points office, one at the chains equals a high point. 2 and 3, I've already been bringing this wire here. I'll make my long stitch here. The beginning of a career is always bad to do. Then it will work out that now the piece is big, it will be difficult to fix. It's all open. 2 and 3.
Não, tô trazendo o fio verde. Well, from now on you will weave, as you weave, the whole body of the piece. I will not record video of weaving the entire sleeve, because it is exactly the same as woven into the body of the piece. The only detail is to take the measurements there, Mark. Put the number of stitches that give multiples of 4 and weave normally, okay? Or so now it's going to be this career from here to there. How far? Up to the other marker up here?
Arrived here, turn, do it until you reach the required length. I'm going to give you the size I woven because it's the size of the other sleeve, so that if you have to do the same as mine or for you to rely on it to have an idea, I'm going to give you the measurements now. So I have a sleeve ready here and the measurements were as follows. It gives here, from the 2 rows of green to the last one here of green. It's 40 centimeters and 38 rows, okay? 38 careers. So I went down 38 rows in total to get 40 and 40 centimeters. Then I started the fist. The cuff was 6 centimeters in total, or 7 rows, 1 of decreasing, only 1 of decreasing, and the rest was from the bar stitch. It's for 5, it's 6 careers. So here the total sleeve from beginning to end is 46 centimeters and its width is 39 centimeters. Oh, it's only closed here. Oh, I only closed it when I went to make the fist, but I'll explain it to you when I get here. Okay? Then, it came down open as I was teaching you. Back and forth, back and forth. When I reached the required size, I closed it. And I made the cuff, but I'm going to explain to you, so I'm going to weave the other one that I started now. I'm going to weave my 38 rows until I get here. That I'm going to stop at the green row. A row of high points green. Then I'm going to stop and return with you when I get here. In this last row here of green. Then I'm going to return to explain how I'm going to do the decreases and the cuff and close here, right? Then I'll weave. All this part here has no secret, open, and back and forth, how I went down there at the end, 38 careers. When I get here, in the last one, I return to explain how we do the rest. I came back here, what I finished is the length of my sleeve. I did it here. I put that I was counting just to count the career. Yes, so I did the 38 careers. It was 40 centimeter long and 39 centimeter wide, like I did the other one, okay? Then I knit straight,
I'll put the stitches from one marker to another that I had measured, and it knitted the 38 rows. Now I'm going to teach you how we're going to close here. Oh, make the decreases and make the fist. I'm going.
It's organizing the work here because there is a very large piece. Everything is folded here. I'm going to organize it to resume here. I didn't cut the wire. The wire is all here waiting. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it now. So approaching here, oh, I hadn't finished the work. I'm going to finish here, oh, with the green wire. I'm not going to pull the white one up here because I'm going to finish here. I'm going to cut the wire.
So I finish with the green, and the green I won't cut because I will continue to weave with it. I'll just cut the white wire. Let me just get my scissors. I'll cut the white wire not too big. And what am I going to do with him? He's loose here, so I'm going to tie him up in the green.
I'm not going to tighten too much. I'm going to tie a couple of knots just so there's no danger of it coming off as I get stronger. Okay, I tied it here. Oh, on the green thread that I was weaving, and I'm going to continue with the green thread. What am I going to do? I'm going to fold my sleeve in the middle. Okay, oh here, it's open. I'm going to fold it. I'm going to join end to end here. Oh, and I'm going to close now with a very low point.
To join the 2 rows, I'm going to turn over here. Oh, I have thread here. I folded the sleeve in half. Oh, and I'm going to put the needle here. Oh, on the first stitch I made here in the row, the chains. Oh, I insert the needle and I'm going to pull the thread, okay, to make a very low point and unite these careers, and now I'm going to work with them. Circular closed. Oh. I put it there in the back row. I pull it with a very low point. So now I join it. Oh, okay. Now I'm just going to work on the part here. Oh, I'm going to reduce the points from here. So I did it here. I'm going to work. Now I'm going to make 3 chains, and I'm going to work only on the right side. Here was the seam. Oh, so I joined it with a very low point and made it. 3 chains here. And I'm going to work this entire career with a decrease because I want to do it. I'm going to reduce half the points. So after I made the 3 little chains, I'm going to go in here. Oh, the first point I have, I'm going to make a high point, but I'm not going to finish. I'll leave him like this. Oh, just a little strap, and then I'll go to the next point in my career. I make a point and I don't finish. Now yes, I take them all off at once. So from, I jumped on one here, wait a minute, I'm going to do it again. One I jumped on is falling apart. Oh, I do it here, I do it and I don't finish. Oh, now I feel it all at once. Then from, I only had one, so I'm reducing it by half, okay? So I go to the next one, I make a high point and I don't finish. I go to the next one, I make a high point and I don't finish. When I have the 3 loops, I take them all off at once. Then I only have one, so I'm going to reduce the half. Oh, I do it and I don't finish. I go on the next face and I don't finish. Now yes, I take everything off at once, so each time there's only one left here. Oh. Decrease in half if you think it's too much. If you think you've done too much, it's already smaller here. You don't want to clench your fist too much. You can do it. Is a decrease, a normal high point, another decrease, another normal high point, or 2 decreases like that. And in the other, you do a normal high point, so I step normally. Then in the other, I do with the decrease. That will depend. Oh, I did here normal decrease, decrease. You can do 2 decreases, 1 normal, 2 decreases, so it's up to you. Now you'll see what's best there, okay? I decided to make them all with a decrease because it worked really well. It fit right in my wrist, so doing each if it is to turn into one. I do the high point and I don't finish. I go to the next one. I do and I don't finish. I'll take it all off at once. Then you see your work. What do you think is better, to decrease everything just like I'm doing, or every 22 decreases a normal high point, or every decrease a normal high point? That's up to you.
I'm going to do my whole career this way, doing them loud, closed, and together till I get here. Oh, on the other side. Oh, when I get here, I'll come back to show you how I'm going to do the next career. So I went through it. Look, as it has already decreased, it has already closed a lot. Now with the bar point, it will close more and will become very flexible. So here it is.
I'm missing these last 2 points, and I'm going to do it now together with you. And I'm going to start, oh, I do it and I don't finish it. I'm going to the next one. I do it and I don't finish it. Now, yes, I take them all off at once, and I made here 3 chains, 12 and 3. I'm going to close here on the third. Oh, the stuff comes in and I pull with a very low point and unite my career here.
I make 3 chains and continue here. I'm not going to rotate the work at all. Right here, I'm going to do is the bar stitch. Here is the stitch. I'm going to take the embossed stitch, caught from the front. Oh, I enter with the needle here and come out here. Oh, I embrace these, that it has become one. I do high embossed stitch, caught from the front. I'm on the sardine. The next one, I'm going to take it from behind, insert the needle, and come out here. Oh, take this stitch back. Then yes, I pull the thread and do the high stitch. Oh, the sardine. Now I'm going to take it from the front, insert the needle here, wrap this stitch, and come out with the needle here. Oh, I bring the stitch forward. Then yes, I pull the thread and do the high stitch.
The next one I'm going to do backwards, so I'm going to insert the needle here, oh, backwards. I embrace this point here, oh, taking it back there. Now like this, I pull the wire and make it embossed back. Oh, it's going to be 1 forward, 1 backward, 1 forward, 1 backward, 1 forward, 1 backward, until you get there on the other side. Then, ah, mango, she will stay. Tighter and more elastic, okay? So you do it like this. A raised high point caught in front and a raised high point caught behind this traditional crochet bar. I'm going to do mine here, oh, this way, oh, remembering that they are close together, okay? And he's going to get like this. I'm going to do here my whole career like this, and I'll come back with you as soon as I get here, oh, this side.
So I get here at the end. Oh, I enter the 3rd chain and close with a very low point. I make 3 chains and I'm going to continue here. I'm not going to rotate the job, nothing, okay? So here, oh, me, where I made it in relief, take it from the front. I'm going to do it in relief. Take it from the front. Oh, I put the sardine on the needle and wrap this point here forward and make it in relief. Take it from the front.
Where did I do it? Here behind the carrier. Oh, I insert the needle and do it by taking it from behind here in front. And here where I did it from behind, I do it from behind. Now you're going to do it this way. Just repeating this. Oh, will you repeat this process? Until you get to the size you want for your fist, okay? Is it? I don't know what so much you reserve to leave for a fist, because I made the sleeve a little shorter for a fist arrest, right? I made 7 rows in total, starting with the decreases, and the rest of the stitches here from the bar gave 6 and 7 rows and 6 centimeter. Fist then I'm going to go through this way here, oh, point, where I take it from the back, I take it from the back. Where I take it from the front, I take it from the front until I reach the necessary size. And look how it is already closing the fist well. Oh, it's already closing as you weave. It's the raised dots, it's closing. Look how it ended here. Oh, without losing a point. Just that line there. Oh, I went down and it was like this. Yeah, it was this wide, but it was elastic. Oh, it fits the fist very tightly. I'm going down here. So until you give it is 6 careers. That's 7 in total, okay? When I finish, I'll come back to show you this process. So I'm going to do this. I'm going down where I picked it up from the front. I picked it up from the front. Where I picked it up from the back. I get it from the back. I get here. I close it on the 3rd chain. And I start here from the front, from the back. I get here. I close it on the 3rd chain with a very low point. And I continue my career without turning, always going on the same side. It's always on the right side of the piece. So I'm going to finish this bar and get back to you with it finished, and I'm going to show you the next steps. I enjoyed the 7 careers. Look, now I need to close here on the 3rd chain. I made the last point. I'm going to close here on the 3rd chain with a very low point, and I'm done. Now I can cut the wire. I'm going to give that little loop here to tie the knot now. Then we do all the finishing, putting this thread inside. But then I'll teach you how to do it. So it was like this here, the fist, 7 careers in total. Look how tight he got, but he got a point. It's a pretty soft spot, okay? Reduce the stitches by half here, and here it is open. Oh, now let's do the sewing. I'm going to turn the whole jacket inside out to do the sewing. Now I'm going to sew with my own crochet needle, and I'll come back with you to show you how we're going to make this stitch. So now to sew, I have the whole jacket inside out, okay? And here's the bottom part. It's this seam. I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I'm going to do it with the crochet needle. And I'm going to sew it. I tried to sew just with the green thread, everything, but I didn't like it. Where was the white? The part I sewed from the green appeared so where? Then I tried sewing with white, but where there is green appears the seam of white was very ugly. So what did I do? I didn't particularly like it, okay? But if you want to do it there, look, I sewed one side already to test. And look, the seam doesn't appear, oh here, the seam of the side with the back, oh. And I made every career with your yarn of color. Look at the finish, that is very perfect. Oh, the seam does not appear, because I sewed each corresponding color, oh. And I'm going to show you how I made this seam, in case you don't want to do it like this, because it takes a little bit more work, because you have to sew it twice. But you get the perfect finish. Look, where there is white, I sewed with white. Where there is green, I sewed with green, and it was the same color. The finish was perfect. Because if I sewed only with white, here in green would be that white thread passing through. Same thing in green. So I'm going to teach you now how I did it like this. Oh, to get this perfect sewing finish, okay? Yeah, I'll show you this other side. So I did this side before for testing because I was already suspicious that it wouldn't work to sew with one color only. But if you want, you can, okay, then it's up to you, right? So I'm going to join the 2 little ends here, oh, on the side. If you want to start there by the mango, you can too, no problem. I'll start here, bottom up. I'm going to insert it. Now I'm going to zoom in here so you can visualize it better. I'm going to insert the needle right here. Oh, in the last stitch of the back part of the jacket. I'm going to take the front part that's here. Oh, and I'm going to take the chain starting very low here. Oh. First I'll tie the string, right? Otherwise you can't sew anything either. If you want, you can tie the wire here. Oh, but you'll get a knot, or you tie a new wire, tie here. Oh, put the wire, I'll pull here. Oh, pull and tie. There is no danger if I tie knots there at the end. It is dangerous for him to pass through the space of the point and escape. So I tie the knot like this. Now again, insert the thing there at the end in the middle of the point and take it there on the other side. Put the two sides together. I put the two sides together here. I'm going to take the end of it, I'm going to pull it and make a little chain. And I'm going to take now the point here. Oh, take the point and the point there on the other side. You can wrap all this edge stitch here if you want to insert the needle in. And I made a very low point. I go here in the next one. Oh, I'll see the whole point. I go there on the other side and I wrap the whole point. Oh, making the very low point. Oh, pull, step inside. You can do it again here. You can do it twice on each point. Oh, I finished the green, now starts the white. What am I going to do? I'm going to leave it washed a little looser and I'm going to skip the white part and go there in the green. Oh, I leave the white aside. I go there in the green. Oh, green with green. Oh, I wrap them from the edge of each side. Pull, thread, and step inside. Oh. Leaving the Nossadinha very loose, otherwise it will stay, it will tighten in your work. Leave it very loose again here. Oh, you can do 2 in each row, insert needle, step here inside. Arrive the white row, I'm going to jump and I'm going to insert here in the green. Oh, I'm only sewing with green. Oh, I wrap stitch. I leave it very loose so as not to wrinkle the work. I'm going again here in the green. Oh, in each. Oh, and it gets like this. It's this long loop here. Only if you turn the white, it's open. Oh, you're sewing only the green, the white is open. Then you jump here, leave the loop loose, jump here, the white line enters here. Oh, at the point that's in green, oh, just take the point of the edge here on the other side. Pull all this very loose so you don't frown. Green's career is over. I go there, I jump white, I go there again. Oh, on the green, on the other side, I pull really loose. I arrived at the white lane. I jump there on the green. Oh, I already leave the pitch, very loose. I take the first stitch here from the other one on the front. I pull PO very loosely. Oh, again in the same row. I skip the white one. I go to the green one again. And so I go until I get there on the sleeve. Oh, always remembering to do it really loosely. Oh, so as not to wrinkle everything. Oh, it goes like this, and just sewing the green part. I'm going to test the entire length of my coat. I'm going to get here under the arm. I'm going to join here and here the sleeve step. I keep going until I get here. Oh, on the right cuff. It's too close. This then you go along the entire side, reaches under the arm and continues. Continue until you finish here. Oh, in the fist that has a little green part open here. I'm going to weave mine like this, the way I was explaining to you all the green part. When I get here, oh, I'll come back to show you how I'm going to do it here. Finish the thread, and then I'll show you how we're going to next sew the white part, right? So I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to continue sewing the way I was explaining, right? When I get here in the sleeve, in the green part here in the sleeve, I will return. So I came walking, oh, how I showed only the green rows, and I'm getting here on the sleeve. Oh, only the piece is missing here. Oh, it's from the last row here.
to sew. So I jump here, go here, and here I make my point very low, very wide.
I'll make another one. I'm going to take the little dots here, okay, just so I can finish the thread, or I can finish here too. Oh, insert here. Let's get one more here, just step like this. I can cut the green thread here and finish the seam. I don't need to cut it too big. Then I do the finishing. Mauzinho and the sewing with the green thread is ready. I'll show you here, oh, the entire side if I open it. It's very cute, but the white part is open, so I'm going to do the same process now with the white thread. I'm going to take the white end here. So everything is already organized here. I'm going to insert the wire here, oh, into the white's career. Oh, here, oh, I can embrace that first point, no problem. And on the other side, oh, here I got both sides. I'm going to pass the thread, and I'm going to tie it now like I did. Convert 2 knots, insert the thread pull here. I'm going to make a chain to stay tight. I'm going here again. In this first one, I screwed up Google. I insert here first. I pull. I make the point very low. I leave the strap very wide because I'm going to jump green now, skip the green career. I'm going there in the white, so I make a turn like this to get the first point. Oh, because this is the green strap here. Oh, it was covering, but I'm going to only get the first point there. Oh, the square that I go. Oh, the first point I go there in the career is. On the front, oh, I take the stitch, I pull. I make the stitch very low. I go again. I go 2 times in each row. I wrap every stitch I pull. I leave it very loose because I'm going to skip the green and go there in the white. I wrap the dot. I'll pull here to see if I have another white one. Not here. Oh, I wrap this white dot and I go to the other side. I wrap it too. I pull and step inside. I go again, step twice. Oh, here, ready, very low. I'm going. I leave it loose to skip the green. Oh, I get all the white dot on this side and all the white dot on this very low 2 times. Don't squeeze it so it won't get wrinkled, get hard. The work leaves it loose. Oh, go there on the other side. Catch them. Base point. So the only difference that gives work is that you have to do the same process 2 times, but you will get the finish, which I think is worth it. I step over here again, and so I'm going to go until I get there in the sleeve again. Okay? So I'm going to sew here now only the white part, and then I'll return with you there. In the end, I will finish the same way I finished, but I will return when I get there on the sleeve to show. So the seam will stay like this, and now here, oh, each one has his own is with the seam, oh, white, white, green with green. It's a really nice finish, okay? So I keep doing this until I get there. Then I come back to show the next steps. So come sewing here. Oh, it's on the side of the jacket with the white thread, and I got right under the arm. There are these 2 lanes in green, so it's too far to take you there. So I came back to show you how I did it here. I'm going to insert here, oh, only at the top of these chains that formed
from the very low point of the green seam. Oh, and I do it just to take the thread. Oh, I can skip some. Oh, only at the top of the strap without going there to the other side. At the top of the strap of the very low point. Oh, very loose so it doesn't get stuck for me to reach. Side there in the row of O. Only in the thread here so as not to pass to the other side. O, so I contoured all 2 rows. Now I can do my normal sewing here. O, taking the white ones, making a very low stitch, and I follow now on the sleeve. O, now I can skip it normally. I'll pass them. Here, fulo branco, so I'm already on my sleeve. Soon I finish and return to show how I do the finishing. Vai escape then so that the video does not get too long. Oh, so I passed. It's just too superficial not to come out the other side. And now I'm going to finish the sleeve here when I get back. I came here. Oh, I made the last point. I'll just take the superficial one here. Oh, and make one more to pin on Roscoe. Just the top of the stitch passes here, and I can cut this white thread and make that little loop. The seam is ready, then just finish these threads here. Oh yeah. Then I teach you how to do all this finishing, so the sewing is finished. Now it's missing. We're just going to turn the jacket to the right and finish it here. Oh, on the side. I'm going to do a finish, and I'm going to show you now how we're going to do this finish and then finish the coat. So the sewn jacket, look how it turned out. And in length, it's already all sewn here. The seam was like this, but on the outside it was imperceptible. It was perfect. Now I'm going to tie the wire. We're going to do the finishing. I'm on the side now with the green color, as was done on the cuffs. I'll start here, right at the seam. Between the back and the front of the right side, I'm going to turn all my work over here. Oh, because I'm going to start sewing. It's the finish here. Oh well, in the seam. There's all these threads right in the seam between the back and the front. It's here. I'll make high points all around, but I'll start here. So I'm going to tie the green thread now. Well, here I'm going to try to flip it all over here so it looks better for you to visualize here. So the bottom part between the seam of the back and the front, I'm going to tie the thread. Let me just get organized. I'm going to get the right little end of the wire here. Okay, now I can tie, oh well, at the seam. I put needle here, pull the thread, and tie the right side out. We were working on the right side. I'll tie the thread. I'll insert the needle again in the same place. I'm going to pull here and make 3 little chains, which are equivalent as a high point. And I'm going to make a high point for every point that I have here. Oh, it's actually just the stitch strap. I'll make a high point. Just take it here. These here on the strap, I make a high point. So for each base point that I have here, let me see here a little bit. I make a high point the time I go. I'm weaving a high point for each point that I have here. When I arrive, it's at the other end here. Oh, At this end, I'll return to show you how I'm going to do it here to turn to the side of the coat.
So I'll weave and be right back. I came here, oh, I went down the last point. So what am I going to do now to turn sideways at the same point, which was the 3 little chains here? Oh, I did to start. I'm going to do +1 point to give that rounded aspect. Oh, so in the same space I made another one. Space, I'm going to turn around, and at this point here, oh, in these little chains here, 1 more high point, so it's going to be 3 at the same point, is to give it this rounded aspect. Now, I'm on the side of the jacket. On the front, I'm going to do as follows. As here the stitches are lying down, what am I going to do? I'm going to make a high point so as not to stay too long, that I can't increase the amount of points which I have on the side of my jacket. So how am I going to do it? When am I green here? I make a high point on the white career. I'm going to do highs 1 and 2 on the green career. A high point on the white career, 2. Oh, it's going to get like this, right? Oh, so in the green career, a high point, oh, a high. In the white career, I do 2. That way I don't let him wrinkle too much, I don't put too much stitch. So I'm in the green career, a high point. In the white career, and so I weave until I get up there. Oh, here's 1 and here's 2. When I get up there, I'll come back to show you, because then here in the collar it's not, is it? He is top of point, then you do 1.11 high point for each point, okay? So I'm going to weave mine like this. Until I got there, I got back, and I'll show you until I get up there, right? Run the entire side of the jacket. I even came all the way down the side. I arrived here at the shoulder seam, and here the part of, how do you say the name? My God, the collar, okay? So I made them here on the side. Here on, 1 here, 1 that just ran out of my wire. I've already tied this thread here, and I'm going to leave it behind here because then I'll finish it. I'm going to make a stitch here in the seam. Now I have 11 names and a point here. Oh, in this other career. And now I'm on the side of the jacket. What am I going to do? 1 high point for each point. Let me just organize him here. So this here is the neck part. It's top of the point. So it will be easy to have a high point for each top of the point that I have here is on top. I'm going to pause the video. When I get here on the side again, I will return. So I'm coming here. Oh, to make the curve to get here is the shoulder seam part. And to get to the side again, point by point, here. I'm going to do 1 on the seam and 1 here on the side. Then I arrived here on the side. Oh, I continue weaving as I came weaving. It is the other side. Highs in the white part, a high point in the green part, and I will reach down there. Oh, 2 in the white part, 1 in the green part. You will now descend the whole side of the coat until you reach down here. Coming here, you make a point. 3 more points like over there on the other side, 1 high point here, 1 high point here, and 1 high point here on the strap. So a total of 32 on the strap and 1 on the side, right? So you've been weaving 1 on the green side, 2 on the white side, 1 here on the green, 1 here on the side, and 2 up here. In this first stitch, weave stitch on stitch. If you want, put a stitch in the seam. Back here he has 1, same as where we started. Here the chains make a point for each point in the chains until you reach here again where it was started. Oh, then it closes with a very low point. I'm going to weave all this and come back to show how I'm going to do the next career, okay? Then you weave stitch after stitch until you reach stitch after stitch until you get here where you started, remembering when you get here in the corner in. Do 3 stitches at this point, 1 here and 2 up here. That's the detail. Everything else is the same. I'll weave all mine here so the video doesn't get long, and I'll return to show the next career. Weave the high stitches throughout and arrived where I started. Now I close with a very low point on the 3rd chain 123. I go in, let me just take out the hairs here. I go in with a needle, pull the thread, and make a very low stitch. I close my career here, make 3 chains, and I'll do it. Now the point is embossed, taken from the front and the other from the back. I'm going to do the same stitch I did on the wrist. Okay, the other one in relief, taken from behind. The other O, caught by the front, I bring the point forward. I pass the high point in rendezvous, caught by the front. The other, I take the point back and pass the high point and relief caught from behind. I do 1 forward and 1 back. Along all these high points that I put around the coat, everything goes like this. A high point in the front yield and a high point in the back yield. The same stitch as the cuff. Then I will knit like this along the entire coat. When I get here again, I'll come back with you and show you. It's a career break and I continue. It's to show you how I'm going to do the next one so there's no doubt. And I explain the last steps here to finish the coat. I went through the entire length of the coat, making the raised stitches, 1 back, 1 forward, until I get here at the end of the career. Oh, and I will close the 3rd chain with a very low stitch. I do the 3 chains and do not rotate the work. I'll continue here. Oh, where I did it in relief, caught from the front, I do it in relief, caught from the front. Where I did it back, I do it in relief, caught from the back. Where I did it from the front, I do it from the front, exactly the same thing. There, from the cuff of the sleeve to the back. Here I did it forward. I just repeat. Now, until you reach the required size you want is to go to bar of your coat to finish the side. Yeah, I still don't know how many careers I'm going to do. I'm going to do it and I'm going. Wearing to see. Is that how good I think it's going to be? Yeah. So I'm going to go the full length of the coat. I'm going to do a few more careers that I want to see. Is which one is going to look better. I think I'll do 4 in total. This is the second one. Okay. And I'll see if I make more. Oh, but then when I'm done, I go through the whole career get here, close on the third chain and continue to the point. That's when I finish here, close it, continue and do so until I reach the size I want. I believe I will make about 2 more besides these, but I will return, show you the size that was left. It is spend the amount of career. I came back here. Oh, that I finished my barres. So I made a total of 5 rows of bar, 51 of high points and 4 of small point elevation point bar. So a total of 5 is 5 rows. Now I can cut the wire here. So I finished. I closed the career and I'm going to take my scissors here to cut the wire. Now I can cut. Let me get in here and I'll give him just that little nut. And here it's already finished. I'm going to measure the bar here. Okay, so it was 5 centimeter bar. It was 5 centimeter, no, 55 rows. It was almost 2.5 inches. It's now, I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. The finish of the wires is 5 centimeters and a half, more or less, of clay. How am I going to finish the threads with my own needle? I have a lot of thread here from the seam that I came down, and this one, for example, that I cut now. Yeah, I'm going to take a white thread to make it easier for you to visualize. But you're going to do it with all the wires, okay? Yes, you can take a carpenter's needle and put it on, or with the needle you came weaving. You will pass, on some straps, only the straps at the back, don't let it pass to the front, okay? So I take it and put needle here and pull thread, Then I'm going to walk with this wire. Let me see if I can get it closer. I'm going to walk with this wire. I'm going to bring it here because I want to hide it only in the white part. And I'm going to pass it over there. Over here. I go up, I go down with him. And so I hide it. I can get through it all. And then I cut off the tip. If you think it's necessary, don't let me go to the other side. It's just a few straps, okay? And the thread is disappearing. You do it like this, with all the wires you have loose there. And there's plenty, okay? Of sewing, of joining careers. In short, there is a lot. A lot of lost thread, so from the line here, I came walking with this thread. As I cut it small, I'm not going to cut it anymore. I'm going to pass it all over there. But if you cut it very big, you can pass it a little and you can cut the rest. Here I am already. I passed it. It was just a little point. So this thread is already finished. For example, I can get this green one here. As it's dark, it's hard to show you, so I got a white one. I do the same thing. I go through some straps, and so I hide everything. It is a very detailed work of patience. It's always on the inside of the piece. You hide all the threads, and it has a very beautiful finish. So I go down there. Now I always come up on the back straps so as not to appear on the other side. Then the thread disappears. There is only one more tip here. I'll pass here and I'll do it with all the wires, okay? I'm not going to record video of everyone because I have quite a wire. Look, I already took over with one. So now we have to do with all these. And so I'll take the whole coat, okay? Is it? I'm going to show it all open here for you. It's already finished. I'm not going to put a button, I'm not going to put it, but you have the option of putting a zipper button, making a belt. Then it's at your discretion, or leave it as I left it, okay? I'm going to show you now its entire past the measurements. So here, for you to have an idea of the coat ready.
You got that way. So, remembering that I will leave the measurements. This is the size I made, which is size P, but I will leave from PP to GG for you there in the video descriptions, the measurement suggestions.
Yes, I hope you enjoyed this video lesson. If you like, leave your like. Subscribe to the channel if you are not yet subscribed, and be sure to activate notifications so you know when I post a new video. And until the next video lesson,